Thanks again for joining us on YoungerLife Live. I'm Mary Anthony.
And I'm Mike Sanders.
Yay, and today we're wrapping up our fair week. I mean, coming to the end of it already. It's been such a fast week.
Yes, it has.
You know, I really hope Rick's week's gone a lot slower on vacation. You know, I thought poor Rick this week has been such a busy week here that it's flown by. So I'm hoping that they're enjoying a little bit more leisure time and that it's not flying as quick for him.
It tends to happen on vacation.
It does. I know.
Part of me hates going on vacation because you need time to recuperate from the vacation. And
you always do. It's so
Yeah.
true. You come home from a vacation and you really need time to just
Like, why did I come back here?
take a vacation from that.
What did I do?
It's fun. I hope they're having a wonderful time.
You know they are.
We might try to give him a call later, so we'll see. I know we talked about it all week, and I hate to bother him though. Honestly, I feel
what is
like
it? They're in California, so that's what, 3
2
hours?
Is it 3? I wasn't for sure if it was 2 or 3 behind.
Well, the more the better. So we can call him dawn where he is.
Where he normally
Hey,
gets
what's
up.
up, Rick? What's up? It's a radio show,
How
bro.
funny. Yeah. I'm sure he would not appreciate it. You know what's funny? I'm sure he wouldn't mind. I'm sure his wife and his kids would not appreciate that.
Yeah, well, with the
You
energy
know.
that family has, they're probably already up and
I'm
juggling
sure they
or
are. Honestly.
swimming with the dolphins. Or
I've been dying to know the things. I know they had a lot of hiking and stuff like that planned, a lot of physical activity. So, you know, he's always so good to share
Just
that
doing
with
it.
us.
Just doing it, man.
So
Just
we
doing
might
it.
try to call him later. But yesterday at the fair, so, you know, yesterday was the day 2 of the sports medicine day
Yep.
at the LaPorte Hospital tent at the fair. And it was fun. So they were doing the throwing exercise. I knew I stunk at it, and it was proven that I'm really terrible at it. But there was such a long line. I mean, they had so many people there again.
I can only imagine the lines had to be long.
It was. And, you know, it's crazy how good some of these kids are at throwing, at pitching.
I don't like those
You know,
kids.
it's amazing.
I don't like them. They're better than me.
Oh, they're certainly
Showing
better than
off
me.
with
I'm telling you. I get excited when I see like the little ones come and they get to step up further and they get way lower than me. And I go, yay, that was a great
that's
job.
good. Yeah,
I
look
beat
at
you.
you.
No, I would never say that.
You think it, but you don't say it. I get
I
it.
would not say that. But I was proven to not be a very good thrower.
Well,
but
my
then I
throwing motion
knew.
sucks, though. So I
Yeah.
tend to jump when I throw.
Had there not have been such a long line, I would have said, I get a redo. But there was a long line and I wasn't going to, you know.
Hey, I'm with
do
the
that.
show. Get out of the way, kid.
Move it. You know,
Move it.
move it. I'm going again. That one stunk. Don't put that one on.
Yeah.
No, it was fine. I did one throw and it was good. So our clip is super, super short because, you know, it was a lot of the same things going as far as the little station set up were very similar to yesterday's. So, or the previous day. So I didn't want to, you know, put them on the spot again, like with our stretching and our ergonomics and stuff. But we did speak to Dr. Sarah Bancroft. She was there, and she's a sports medicine doctor. She's awesome, and we got to speak with her a little bit, and then I had my little throwing thing. So it's just a short clip from yesterday, but it was a great time. And again, they had a fabulous turnout. Even though, you know, the storm that nobody knew was it going to storm, was it not going to storm?
Yeah.
You know, it got really dark. I wondered if that would kind of keep people at bay a little bit, but it certainly didn't.
How did it come down over by the fair?
You know what? By the time I left, it was just sprinkling, and so I if it did downpour at the fair itself, I wasn't there for it.
What had happened?
It did at my own house, but we don't live in LaPorte, so I'm not sure if they got it or not.
Yeah, over by
I know
us
they
in
needed
Munster,
it.
we got a good rain.
Did
so,
you? Yeah.
Which is good because
We
the
need
grass was
it.
dry and now it's not dry.
I joke that my dad prays for brown grass. He prays for dry in the summer, so his grass will turn brown and they don't have to mow. Because it's
we all think the same thing.
You know, it never stops.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And so that's fine.
It's like when spring hits and it's like 12 inches like every 3 days.
Well, and
or
it's
so,
and
like,
at first
come
you're like,
on.
oh yay, this is beautiful. Then after a little while, you think again.
Yeah, one more
I have to
time.
do this again.
Where are my mowing
You know?
shorts? I have my mowing flip flops.
Yeah, it's nice. You know, whatever. I always tease my dad because I can't stand when the grass starts turning brown. You know,
Yeah.
I like to walk around barefoot everywhere, so I appreciate it when it's green.
There's
and
a
not,
song in that. Everything you say turns into a song. I love that. That is great.
How funny. So anyway, we definitely need the rain, especially, you know, the crops and everything, gardens, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody needs the rain. So And, inevitably during the fair, it's going to be 100 degrees and it's going to be humid and it does storm at least once.
Yeah.
So,
And you've had it now. You've had
I know.
everything. Everything's come through.
It certainly is. I mean, again, it's fair. It's just, you can count on it. It's going to
That's how it
happen.
plays out every
It's
time.
nice.
But you said the turnout was good. People pitching
The
the
turnout was
balls
great.
and-
Lots of people in line to pitch. I was actually really impressed by some of the, they weren't all kids in line. There were a lot of kids in line. I was impressed by a lot of the kids' throwing abilities.
Was it like a softball, baseball, football?
They had both. They had softball and football. softball and baseball that people were throwing. Okay. I threw a baseball. That's just what they handed me. Maybe I should have redone and said that I needed a softball. I don't know. Or like a wiffle ball. I could have probably done that a little faster.
Stuffed animals.
Anything. It was just neat. It was really cool, and they did a great job. They always do,
Well,
so.
the whole week sounds like they did a fantastic job. So
It's really been. I've been impressed. I've been impressed by the turnout. I've been impressed by their preparation, for it, and their engagement in it. It's been really nice. And tonight, I'll throw out that tonight is the
Waka Waka.
it's the colorectal comedy hour tonight. Now that is, I'm going to make sure that I tell you the proper times. Tonight, the colorectal comedy hour showcase is from 7 to 8:30. Mm-hmm. And there are a handful of comedians that are going to be there. And so that's going to be ongoing in the tent. During the day today, from noon to 4, they're having wellness trivia. So I'm unaware exactly what that's going to involve. Yeah. But, we shall find out.
Yeah, and comedy's just good. Even
I love to laugh, honestly.
Yeah.
I prefer comedy over anything else, honestly. Even, it can be all different kinds. It doesn't have to be a certain subject. I like to laugh.
Yeah.
Unless I don't necessarily like to laugh at somebody. So I guess that kind of comedy is not funny to me.
I get it.
When they're picking on people. But in this sense, it's nice to hear people make light of things that are not light topics.
Yeah.
And
lifestyle things that are uncomfortable that you could put into a way that you can giggle at.
That's funny because it really affects every one of us. And it's a very important topic. I love the spin on how let's laugh about this and draw awareness to a topic that needs awareness without making it a heavy, every time someone wants to talk about a serious topic, a lot of times it's going to be doom and gloom
music.
or sad.
Yeah, and it's like, 12 out of 13 people die. And it's like, oh man.
Boom, boom. And not that we don't, it's important to know those statistics.
And it's serious.
When we are talking about serious topics here, I'm always the one that's throwing out those depressing statistics. And it's important to know the numbers.
You have to know. Have to know.
But honestly, for myself, it sticks better for me. I like to be shocked into it maybe, but I don't want to necessarily hear the most depressing stories where I'm going to be sad. Well, I'd rather giggle and bring awareness to it. Or even if you hear something sad, but turn it into, put a little bit of humor in there.
You're in the car.
I can appreciate
with
that a
your
lot better.
Significant other or something on the way leaving the comedy, and you're talking about the issue. And it's like, oh, what he said about this. I wonder if that's true. And you go home, you research it a little bit. You're like, that is true. Honey, you got to go get checked.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of how it works.
And I think that's a great point, Mike. It brings awareness to a topic that needs to be discussed. And if it keeps people talking, then that's perfect. So I look forward to it. I know they had done a similar thing, I believe a year ago, that was extremely successful. So I didn't go. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. So I'm excited about that tonight. I think it'll be good. And, I'm really looking forward to it. You know what I'm really dying to do? I'm dying to talk to a couple of these comedians. I just, it's such a funny thing. For one, to be talented, to be able to do stand-up of any sort is amazing. But
it's always been a goal of mine that I will never do. But
never me, because I think you put me out on a stage and people looking at me, I think I would laughing.
Something funny right now.
Laughing is like the last thing I could think of. I think I would be much more inclined to cry.
Yeah, which could be hilarious to the audience. Yeah.
But a little traumatizing.
This is so sad. But,
this is so sad that she is just shaking and crying
right now.
Yeah, she is praying for her last breath at this second just to come. So, they would never want me to do that. It would never be a goal of mine. But I'm always interested. I love to find out how people got to where they are. Mm-hmm. But to find comedy in such a unique case, we're talking about colon cancer and colonoscopies and stuff. I mean, you're talking about butts. I mean, that's funny all by itself, I suppose. But it's funny to me how you got there, so I would love to. I hope that I get the chance to speak to them.
If the comedians happen to be awake right now too, Mary's going to be out.
They can't call us. Yeah.
Well, I haven't had a chance to check the phone lines. So,
no, I know.
I tried. I got through a little, but it's kind of scratchy. So I'm still working on that.
They could actually get through. I just know in the morning show on my drive-in, they were. Jeff was saying that the phone lines were out. So.
Yeah, as soon as I hear about something, I start to crawl under things and start.
That's so the Mr. Fix-It in you. I love that. Yeah,
so, it's only electronic things though. But yeah, no, the comedians are up or whatever, and they're hearing the show, which I hope they are. It's like, Mary, you're going to be out there at the fair again tonight.
Yep.
Come up.
I promise you, I will get you some fried pickles tonight. I can't promise you they'll all be in the
Jeff Santana
the little boat.
Brought it up on the way out the door.
Yeah, he did. He ripped me for eating them.
Did you bring any for Sanders? That was a topic of yesterday.
Tomorrow, people. Tomorrow.
I'm so hungry.
We got them once and we ate them.
You keep coming in, you're like, oh, the pickles are great. I'm like,
we only have gotten them once.
Okay, all right.
But we devoured them.
Okay.
So, I will get them tonight, and I promise I will at least save you one
Just
out of
one.
them. I can't promise you'll have the full boat of the fried pickles.
I want one soggy fried pickle.
It will be soggy by tomorrow, but it will still be delicious.
Well,
I'm sure of it.
But I'm sure it will be.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, if the comedians want to maybe take time and come in or call tomorrow, that's cool too. Man.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think it would be great.
Whatever. I'm just tossing it out there.
I think it would be. I really am excited. I hope I get the chance to talk to him. But even just as excited, I know I get to speak with Dr. Seth Tatel. We've talked to him before. Rick and I have Skyped with him. He's a GI doctor at LaPorte Hospital. Phenomenal doctor. Such a nice guy and has a great sense of humor as well. So, I'd seen a picture of him. Last time we interviewed, I had to point this out because I thought this was really funny. He had on his shirt that said, "What's up your butt?"
Wow.
And I thought that was hilarious.
There it is.
I pointed that out to him. I said, I was researching you a little bit. He said, "You mean you were stalking me?" No, I wasn't. I was just researching some of his.
A little from column
I was reading an article on him and looking up some of the hospital pictures from an event they'd done before, and saw that. And I thought that was so funny by itself.
What's up your butt?
Yeah, I know. Especially,
Thanks, Thank you.
I mean, because if you didn't know that he's a GI doctor, whatever, you see him out somewhere.
You think he's a punk kid.
Yeah, because he's young too. He's a young doctor.
Hanging out the bus depot with his
what in the world? What in the world is going on there?
Playing hacky sack, bucking the system.
He's awesome, though. And so I really am excited. I know I get to speak with him tonight. And, I'm going to ask him kind of about some of these things and about what's going on and how this whole program came to be. And
it's just, it sounds cool. I mean, it's just the whole thing.
So that again tonight at the fair at the LaPorte Hospital tent between the Goat Barn and the restrooms is 7 to 8:30. And then noon to 4 again is a wellness trivia. So we'll have to see. I'm not really sure what that involves. Yeah. We'll find out. I'll find out for sure. I'm just not entirely sure.
You should interview the winner.
It sounds like another game.
So much.
It sounds like another game. I like games, so we'll see.
All right.
We'll see what's happening. But why don't we go ahead and show it's literally it's like 4 or 5 minutes, people. It's really short from yesterday, but it was just as much fun as the other days. There were just not as many new things, and I didn't want to repeat for you. So
click into your YouTube right now.
Yep. Hi guys, day 3 at the fair. We're having a great time. Lots of people again. And today we have Dr. Sarah Bancroft here. We're day 2 of sports medicine.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool. There's so much going on. We spent a lot of time yesterday going over the individual parts because it was so neat. Today there's this pitching exercise in the background, which I will get in the long line for in a little bit. But I wanted to ask you, specifically related to the pitching, could you kind of tell us the typical injuries that you see with pitchers?
Yeah, so typically when we see people in the office that are getting injured with pitching, we see a lot of elbow and shoulder injuries, and those types of injuries are common with our overhead throwers. And we see a lot of ligament injuries in the elbow, especially when pitchers throw sidearm or with incorrect technique, and also rotator cuff or instability of the shoulder.
Wow.
The dartfish is really helpful when we use it, especially either pre or post injury, to assess mechanics. We can use it pre-injury to make sure that their mechanics don't set them up later on for injury, or we can use it when they're coming off of an injury to make sure that they're getting back to play, and then we don't see injuries in the future.
I think it's amazing. Yesterday, I mean, I was just amazed by the software in general, but yesterday the treadmill one, I found out I have a one weaker hip than the other.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny though, I think it's amazing just to be able to see that and see it in your face as the patient. I imagine it makes such an enormous difference. As a doctor, what a fabulous tool, but as a patient to see it, it makes you more aware, I think. I mean, as the patient, I feel like it's more in your face, and you can say, wow, I do see. Maybe that's why I have back issues, or, you know, whatever the case is. So I think it's fabulous. How long have you been working with Dartfish?
Dartfish we've had now for only about 6 to 8 weeks, and we're finishing up our pre-trials. But Dartfish itself has been around since about 2000. It's used by a lot of the Olympic teams as well as some of the major professional teams to analyze their biomechanics and improve their times or their ability to do their sport. So it's a really amazing software. It offers us a lot of options and what we can do for athletes, and again, just assess what they're doing and help them out.
Yeah, I mean, a chance of improving their own game is amazing. But I was really interested to read on their website that this is also used in an industrial setting as well to improve someone that may have really repetitive motions, to make sure that they are decreasing the chance of injuries, and and improving the productivity as well. I just thought it was really cool. So I'm anxious. I've seen a lot of different age groups throwing. Do you know how fast the fastest pitch has been yet?
I think the fastest male might be around 60 miles an hour right now.
That is pretty incredible. I put a side note in there early this morning on the show that I'm a terrible thrower.
All right, we'll see how you do.
I'm awful at it, but I do look forward to it. So thank you so much for talking to us. Would you mind to give out your office number if anybody is having any issues, and they can give your office a call?
Yeah, sure. We're actually off of Monroe at the Sports Medicine Orthopedic Center. Our phone number is 326-2663, and we're option 2 for sports medicine. And we see basically anything that's orthopedic, sports medicine related, and we'll get you in to be seen.
I think that's great. Thank you so much for talking to us
Absolutely.
today. Yeah, I'm going to get in line. Okay, it's my turn. I've been waiting in line. Let's see how I do. Wish me luck. Do I stay back here? Are you ready? Am I in the way? Yeah. There's the camera.
Danielle, am I only going to
I'm still in the camera.
It's terrible.
Am I okay here?
Yeah. My ball went under here. I'm going to go out and get it. Rolled right under.
Danielle.
28. Look at all these kids that did better than me. Okay, so I had 28. I stunk at it. That's a fun game, though. It would be fun to do that at home, you know, set it up and do that at home. Lots of people in line. Lots of people keep coming up and asking. So it's a big hit. It's a lot of fun.
Look at that throwing motion.
Did you see how bad that was?
Look at that.
Isn't that a little humiliating? So, you know, it's funny. I had asked my husband, tell me how fast you just estimate that I can throw. Do you have any idea? I'm terrible at judging that stuff, so I couldn't.
I'm going to say...
in case you didn't hear it, we were chatting.
I didn't hear it, so I'm gonna guess 35.
Okay, bravo. That's a good guess. My husband guessed 38, and I said, I love that you guys overestimate me. I didn't know what to expect, honestly. And I threw 28. Isn't that terrible?
It's awesome.
It's horrible.
No.
I was
the gasp I had when I first started. Oh, take that back.
That
was
sucked.
an awesome speed.
Although I have to say, I ran into a dear friend of mine for literally my whole life, Mike and Sherry. They're a married couple, and I ran into them and their son yesterday right there by the tent, and I said, just guess to Michael. I said to him, guess how, and he said, I bet you did. He guessed 25. So I said, thanks for underestimating me. I did better than that.
Just a couple of miles per
Although
hour.
what's kind of nice about that is I was able to say I did better when everybody else guessed over, and I had to say, no.
You know,
didn't get it.
When someone just over guesstimates for you, just go with it.
Yeah, I'm not really a good fibber.
38, 42, 65, it's all in this.
There was a kid. He was probably...
I don't want to hear this.
I know, honestly. He was probably, I don't know, I would have guessed him to be around 13-ish. Mm-hmm. And he threw 61 miles an hour.
Really?
He did. What was really cool, too, they had volunteers there from the hospital.
Mm-hmm. And pitching scouts.
And they had a board. No pitching scouts. They had a board up, a dry erase board, and they kept mostly it was children that wanted to be on there. They would list like the top boys and the top girls. The adults that were throwing were more or less honestly to see form more than just curious, you know. Although a couple were just saying, I just wonder how fast I could throw. I told you my husband was totally bummed he missed that part because he wanted to be able to brag it up.
Yeah.
Because he can
You said
really
he put
whip
some
a ball.
on that. Yeah.
He can. So he wanted to see. But, you know, he was at work and couldn't. So I said, this was fun, though. That would be a really fun game to have. I mean, to do at home just for fun. It would be a good time.
I'm only impressive throwing to my kids. They think I'm, pretty awesome.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, but anybody else,
they outgrow that, though. I love that right now that all my kids are at that age.
That's super.
They think everything you do is cool, or that you know everything and that you're so strong.
Yeah. It's
invincible
is what I am. I'm like, you're right. You're right, kids.
It's nice, but I notice even with my teenagers, they lose that opinion way too soon.
Thanks. Appreciate that. That's good.
No, for me too. It's the same. I mean, I think, my littlest ones, they say the nicest things. You're so good at this and that, and then my older ones,
like, you're not that good.
They kind of lose that. And then
you have to go in the garage, cry a little bit.
No, I just say, you're grounded. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Whatever you like, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Of
like
course
Christmas?
not.
Not anymore. Not so much.
Your electronics, mine.
Yeah, mine.
Because I just got a new one. No, I'm kidding. Certainly not. But it was a really good time. That was a lot of fun. I realized it was really short, but why repeat the things we've already shown? It's been so much fun. That was the new stuff, and
that's what it is. It's fun.
Dr. Sarah Bancroft, she's really awesome. Mm-hmm. I do want to point out for our listeners that join us often, last week we had Dr. Austin Bancroft on for Ear, Nose, and Throat. They are married, and I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's what we were chatting about. I was sharing with Sanders that I saw him walking up with these two super cute little kids, and I said, "Ooh, great! You're gonna let your kids throw?" And he said, "Oh yeah, they're gonna throw, but they also want to see mommy because she's the other Dr. Bancroft." Yeah. And I realized they have the same name, but we have a lot of doctors that do. I didn't even think to ask if they were related, and not only they're married. I love that. Too, I know they are so sweet. So we were just talking, and they're so outdoorsy and stuff. I find that fascinating. I love that, and they have darling cute kids too. So
I see myself as more indoorsy.
I'm a little both. It depends what it is.
I like going outside, but
I love to we love to camp and stuff, but
I like creature comforts too,
Yeah.
Sometimes,
I do worry. There are times where I think when we talk to about hiking and all these like biking and Stacy Kellogg, she's like a trail hiker, like backpack hiker. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine going on a trail knowing you're going to be out overnight and having everything that you actually need on your person. Yeah. I find that to be intimidating, honestly. But, I'm always up for anything. I keep kind of nudging her saying, when are we going to plan a hike? I know we would love to. Rick certainly has made it clear, not an overnight hike, just a day hike, which is fine. And I think a lot of fun and a lot more doable for a lot more people. Yeah, so, totally, I'm still hoping we fit that in. I wouldn't mind now that we wait till the end of this really humid, hot weather. Yeah, kind of wraps it up.
Outside in the heat is just not.
Hiking really far, especially if I'm going to let any of the kids go, I would find a little more interesting when we can breathe a little better without the humidity.
Fall is a good time.
Fall's my favorite.
Yeah, fall's a great time.
Fall's gorgeous.
Yeah,
so
we love fall. Fall's good.
Yeah. Well, today I told you I had given you a little clue yesterday on, I wanted to do workout Wednesdays eventually, where we kind of at least learn about a new kind of workout and try it, even if for just a few minutes. Mm-hmm. And
we can experiment on workout Wednesdays.
That's what I'd like
Thursday.
to do. Yeah, but we're extending it to Thursday only because I wasn't prepared yesterday.
It's beta testing.
But I put a teaser out there and gave you just a little clue. I said it's probably something that you have done that I have not, but that's not because you're a man and I'm a woman. It's lots of women do it. It's just not something I've done. And the reason, I'll give you another clue. The reason I think you've done it is because it's military related. And that's why I'm certain you've probably done this, being a Marine guy. So
and it could be there's WMs, it's women Marines.
Okay.
So female Marines, so they've done the same thing. All right, well, I got nothing. What do you got?
So, I was actually a couple weeks ago getting my hair cut, and I had seen a men's fitness magazine that one of my kids actually picked up. Well, then I got worried thinking, you never know what's in, adult magazines.
Sometimes.
You never know. And I said to my 6-year-old, here, hand that to mom a minute. Hand that to mom. So I'm flipping through. I was flipping through to make sure that He is 6, so he is reading. I mean, not like a crazy good reader, but he sounds out words really well.
Yeah.
And I thought I needed to make sure there's nothing that's going to catch his eye, that he's going to sound out, that
Mommy,
he's going to
what's
repeat,
this mean? And
at church or something.
Yeah.
So I wanted just to make sure.
Page 13 says, oh no.
I flipped through, and flipping through, I had come across a workout that I'd been unaware of. So I was just kind of reading through it and was kind of impressed by some of this. And it's a military-inspired workout regimen, and it's called rucking ruck walk or something. And so I thought, what in the world? It's caught my attention, and so I was reading through it, and apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is working out, walking, hiking, whatever you're doing with a weighted backpack, correct?
Well, rucking, a rucksack is what Army guys, our Army personnel, they use. It's like their backpack.
Okay.
So in the Marines, we use what's called an Alice pack.
Okay, but it's the same
But
concept?
it's the same thing, yeah. So when you hear someone's going on a ruck march, you just kind of like, oh man, how long how long are we going to be away?
It.
Yeah, we're gonna what kind of terrain? Because you got to load your back, your pack up, and then you got to walk up hills. You got to walk through sand, and it's like, you just roll your eyes.
So is it like part of basic training, or is it just like a part of the military style in general?
Ruck marches and humps are part of basic training. You don't do it so much in the field unless you're infantry, but in basic training, everyone, I think even Army, because my daughter, she's in and she just graduated, she had to do a 12-mile, I think, at the end.
Wow. I'm curious, how do they build you up? How do they determine what kind of weight you need in there? What's standard?
Everybody gets the same weight.
Do they really?
Everyone gets the same weight.
Wow. And how do they determine that? They
the gear you need.
Wow.
It's the gear. It's the
so it's not actual weights that they put in there.
No.
In the workout this is literally a workout. So it says like there's weights like you would take off of a weight bar, like the round weights that you could put into a general backpack.
Okay.
But I was curious how the military, is that how they do it? So it's not.
No. It's just
gear.
You load up your gear, what you need. And then it comes out to a standardized weight.
I'm curious. Do you know what the weight is?
I can't remember she told me what it was for Army. I can't remember what it was. But for us, I believe it was close to 35, 40 pounds.
Wow.
Like yeah.
Wow. So I read this article. It was very, very interesting. And they actually make an entire ruck circuit that you could do, which is pretty intense. A lot of exercises with weights in a backpack.
Okay.
And it says any backpack will work typically. I know that they do sell specific rucksacks.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to purchase something like that, I'm assuming that's just a little more durable, take the weight a little better. You're not going to want to
bargain kids
Pokemon one that's going to like
with 30 pounds
fall out of the bottom. You know what I mean?
Sagging.
You might you might be able to take a step or two before you're going to drop all that weight. But it does say most backpacks will tolerate the weight. And so I was intrigued by a few of the statistics, namely that, so doing this regular hiking, you of course, you're going to burn calories. Yes. Regular walking, taking a walk down the road, say you walk a couple miles, you're still going to get an increased heart rate and stuff. But when you add these rucksacks or a weighted backpack of any sort, you're increasing your heart rate to the point of that it's like a jog versus a walk. And I thought, sense. How amazing, number one, when I've said it a zillion times, I hate running. I wish I liked it. I've always aspired to say, I'm going to take this on, you know what I mean? And going to be good at this, but I'm not. I really do not. I'm not good at this. I love to walk.
Some people just aren't. I'm not a runner. I'm not a natural
I'm a
runner.
good speed walker, but I am not a great jogger. I can do it in spurts. I like to do that. I'll jog for a couple minutes, literally though, a couple minutes, and I'm ready to walk
kind
again.
Of it. Yeah, that's enough.
And that's me. That's kind of what I do. And after we had Blair Milo on and her mom Fran talking about the couch to 5K, I've tried some of this because I like the thought of that. And I think, she made that decision at 65. If she can do that and, really give it a go, I'm going to.
It was inspiring.
But I was a little bit more, inclined to say, this sounds more like me. I can carry a lot of weight. I'm used to carrying a kid somewhere.
It's some people are built for different things. Hey, look, some people the saber-tooth tiger catches some people.
Yeah.
And other people are good hiders.
I know. So I think they could outrun and hide. That's on me. I'm better at hiding probably because running would get me caught. So anyways, I really found this really to be amazing, honestly, that this is going on. You know, it says it's one of the military's best kept secrets as far as fitness, because honestly, you know, any kind of weight that you put on, and obviously for workout purposes, non-military related, you have to build yourself up, you know, but you engage so many more muscles. It literally engages so many muscle groups in the body that it's a total body workout on such a different level. You know, when I did the tree climbing with Brendan, I quickly realized he kept saying, this is a total body workout. It really was. I mean, you know, you're engaging so many different sets of muscles trying to get yourself up, and even lowering yourself because you're constantly guarding to make sure you're not.
You're trying to
yeah, it's a lot of core work. It's the same
every movement counts. You're
concept.
Climbing.
Yeah, it's the same concept with this. So
well, it's,
I was kind of amazed.
Well, in the service, it's funny because I'm thinking about it now really comprehensively for the first time. You know, we did our push-ups. You know, you do push-ups a lot for correctional, you know, reasons. You mess up, you do push-ups.
Yeah.
You do wrong, you do push-ups. But we didn't really do a lot of strength training, but we did march all the time. And we marched with heavy weights on, all like, you know, with the backpacks and the Alice packs all the time. And I never really understood how we got so strong so fast. And that's really what it was. It was all the walking with the heavy weights.
It was incredible and seemed crazy to me as I was reading through the article that you know, rucking burns more calories. So it said in here, like, an average 30-minute walk for, again, this is Men's Health, so it's geared towards mine. For an average man, burns 155 calories for just a 30-minute brisk walk. But, you know, if you throw the backpack on with 25 pounds, it said in there, which to me sounds like a lot, but it jumps up to a minimum of 180 calories. So it says basically, if you change nothing else and you're already walking so many times a week, you know, 30-minute brisk walk, add that weight, and in a year's time, you've burned 8 pounds of straight fat off the body.
Wow.
Just from that alone.
Just by adding a little weight to
That's
your walk.
it. And so you're not changing anything else, but that alone will burn fat specifically. And I thought that was incredible.
It is, yeah.
And I mean, there were so many things. It says if you go up hills, so that's on a flat walk, by the way. I didn't say that. Yeah, that's just a standard flat walk. If you increase the pace or add hills, you're doubling these possibilities as far as calorie burn and fat burn. You know, it says try different obstacles, you know, hills and rocks. Try to go even ditches. I mean, if you're literally talking at home, try to
going down, then go
yeah,
up.
it doesn't have to be anything crazy big, and you don't have to increase your pace, which is what I find again appealing. You know, you're just talking about it's the act of engaging all these muscle groups, you know. So they do give a little how to begin, how to do it kind of thing, and I want to point it out again. Anything, if you have any risk factors, talk to your doctor. You really should anyways. We always have to say that. Yeah. And we say that because it's true. We are not medical professionals on any level here.
Nope.
We like to try these things just like the next person might want to. But we by no means are pros. And if you are having any issues, you know, Dr. Sarah Bancroft, she's a sports doctor. If you're doing this, you don't have any risk factors, you're doing this, but you notice pain in your back, your arm, talk to her, call her, you know, talk to their office. They can maybe hook you up to Dartfish. You never know.
There it is.
You know
there
what I mean?
And
give it a shot. It's very true. And you know, such a cool thing. So there are so many different ways to work out. It's important to try new things like we always talk about, but the, you know, find what works for you. Or even if you say you are a runner, you are a walker, you are a cyclist, whatever, but you get a little bored. Everybody needs to spice up their routine every now and then.
Yes, ma'am.
For the body. Your body wants to be challenged, you know, wants to find new ways. So
it performs better when it's challenged too. So
yeah, absolutely. And you know, you'll see results faster too when you kind of, you know, throw in something different every now and then.
Yeah.
So if you are thinking about trying to do a ruck walk, I mean, tell me the proper term. I feel like I don't really know.
It's a ruck. Yeah.
Okay.
They call it a rucksack.
This just keeps saying rucking, and I think, is that really the proper? I'm not really sure.
No, that's it. That's what it is.
Okay. So choose your load. How to choose your load, it says. If you're just starting, start with a weight that's equal to about 10% of body weight, says a physical therapist in the magazine. It says, perfect example, if you weigh around 150 pounds, you should start with about 15.
Okay.
That's a good way to get started.
That's fair.
Is what it says. Once you're comfortable with that, you can slowly progress up to about 35 pounds. But once you start to sneak above 35 pounds, you can actually break down the body. So it warns that it's not really beneficial.
Well, and that seems like
that.
a dangerous kind of weight to, I mean, because
I would imagine it is.
I bench, and a 35-pound weight is. I mean, for a male, I guess it's not that, it may not be, if you're a bigger male, it may not be that big a deal, but for someone else, it might be a little bit.
Well, I imagine, especially when you're talking walking and stuff, that you could increase risks to your knees, to your hips. I mean, to every little part, if an injury were to occur. So I'm sure, again, it says definitely try not to go above that 35 is what they're suggesting.
I mean, that's like a 5-year-old, 4-year-old or so.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot. Yeah. Yeah, it says you can use anything you want to as weights. It doesn't have to be weights. The picture they show is actually like a weight plate, like you would put on a.
That's exactly what I'm seeing is a weight plate. I'm like, that's dangerous.
I didn't have any of those because I did bring a basket. We're gonna try this.
Is that what that is? I thought it was laundry.
I carry a laundry basket for so many things. It's funny. I always when we go swimming, our suits and towels. It's easier than a bag, and it's just I carry a lot like snacks if we're going. Say like when we go to the fireworks, of course I'll pack cold stuff in a cooler, but dry stuff I pack in a
such a mom.
laundry basket. You know what? It goes right on the hip, man, like a baby. It's easy to carry, So I do. So I packed it. I brought a backpack for each of us, and I covered it with the towel because I was going to make you go, okay. Reveal now. But now I've told you so. And I brought a little menagerie of different weights that we have, but none of them were weight plates. I only have like little hand weights and stuff. So I brought different sizes, and we're going to at least try it. At least for a few minutes. Right. Yeah.
I'll film you doing
it says, but you can use anything as weights. So a few 6-pound bricks, a sandbag, a weight plate, or even a dumbbell. Oh, it says wrapped in a towel. I didn't think I brought a towel. I brought the one that was on top, but I didn't really think about bringing one to wrap the weights in. That's a good point to help stabilize in the backpack. It says you wouldn't really want them shifting around. If you do plan to use 35 pounds regularly, it says please invest in one of the actual rucksacks that are made for this purpose because of that amount of weight. Obviously they're going to give out. They're made for books. They're made for stuff. They're not made for that kind of weight. Even though sometimes our high schooler, bag feels like it weighs easily that with all the school books and stuff. But there's actually, to do the heavy bags like this, there are a couple websites that they list. GoRuck.com lists, an actual rucksack. There, it says 510.com. So, I don't know.
I just say head on to the military surplus store in town.
That's it. That's what I would suggest too. Look it up.
By the way,
look it up. You can really find, because some of these that they are listing are a little pricey too. You could certainly find.
Get 10 pounds. You could take honestly. You could take something like because when we take our walks, we take a lot of walks as family. You take the gallon jug of water.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
Throw some
that
duct
alone's
tape
heavy.
around the top. In the bottom, just to make sure it's secure. Throw it in your backpack. There's your weight right there.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. A gallon of milk is 6 or 8 pounds, which I didn't believe when they told me that. But I have a 6-pound medicine ball, and they said gallon of milk is 6 or 8, and I said it cannot be that heavy.
It seems like that's a little heavy, but
it is.
Wow. I'm saying that's a good.
I looked it up after they said that
I'm gonna look it up too.
I was.
Everybody's
shocked.
looking it up right now.
I know it. I really think I'm going to look because I can't remember if it's 6 or if it's 8.
Look it up right now.
I want to say it's 8, but which sounds insane. I grab a couple gallons of milk every time I stop at the store. I can't.
You got one on the pinky, one on the thumb. You're holding up. You're like, these are nothing.
These cannot be that much. What? I'm going to just look.
You go ahead and look. You go ahead and look. I'll flex on camera. You look. There it is. So. Yeah, no, and what's funny too is this weekend I'm gonna go see my kid.
Speaking of military,
my daughter is gonna go see her in her natural habitat now. So first time seeing her in her apartment.
It's exciting.
Yeah. So
I bet the kids are excited to go, knowing they're gonna get to see their big sis.
Oh, super excited.
Maybe you can make her take you for a ruck walk.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that, but
then you can tell us all about it next week.
But here's the joke, though. Here's the weird thing is, my wife and her have been talking that this will be, because she's a military police officer on base. She's not working the gate that day, but she could, and this will be the first time in her life that she could actually have complete control over everything that I do.
I love it.
I'm
love it.
Don't try it. Don't try it, girl. Don't try it.
Or you will be in trouble. I don't care how old you are.
Christmas still comes around.
Yeah, you still have a birthday, right?
You like those, don't you? Yeah, So yeah, but it's going to be really nice.
That
to go
is
see
so
her, hang
exciting.
out at the
That's
base for a little
nice.
while.
Wow.
Yeah.
So maybe you can maybe she could tell you how much weight they typically haul in the Army then.
Yeah, you know
And
what?
if they-
It's funny. I could text her right now.
I'm just interested because, I mean, I wonder, so that 35 pounds, you said Marines was right around there too.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's nice. I mean, I feel like that's good. At least we know that is safe.
yeah.
You know, because that seems like a lot. I mean, to carry on a long hike, especially when you're talking 12 miles. That's
Well, so for them, they did their exit march was 12. Ours was 20, but then when we go to school after boot camp, I think it was 24 miles. And yeah, then you're kind of stuck to the inside of your boot by the time you're done with it.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I bet that's really intense. Okay, a gallon of milk is about 8 pounds.
Really?
It says it does weigh more. The type of milk that it is, whole milk is a little heavier, skim is lighter, which makes perfect sense, and can weigh up to 8.6 pounds. So
That's you know what? Now I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking a 5-pound bag of sugar. I can actually feel that in my hand. And a gallon of milk, I'm like, that is a lot heavier than a 5-pound.
I
bag
guess
of
I
sugar.
just didn't realize
Just
it.
don't think about it.
You know, yeah, and you know, again, it's different carrying it on your back or on your like in the center of your person versus grabbing it by the handle and putting it in the fridge or the grocery cart. You know, so you aren't going to really feel that maybe that weight as much.
Yeah.
But they do say, you know, so put on your backpack. This is important, and make sure that it's secure against the body. This is the last piece of advice if you're going to actually try this. You want the weight to be in the middle, lower part of the back.
That makes sense.
You know, you don't want it too high and you don't want it too low. You don't want it hanging too low. Afterwards, you are going to be sore in places that your normal routine might ignore because you are engaging different muscles.
Yeah.
I'm certain you're going to have a little bit of a sore back, especially if you're talking a really far walk. So expect the muscles around the knees, the bottom, and your lower back to be tender. The upside is that you're working these muscles that need work and that you don't typically work out. You know, I mean, they don't get as much benefit a lot of times.
And it engages
you
your
know.
core a little too.
A ton.
Yeah.
That was the thing when I was reading about, especially like the circuit workout that they had listed. It's pretty intense, and I don't necessarily think that it would be the most practical on a regular basis because they're using these backpacks full of these weights to do different things. I mean, you've got squats, you've got overhead
They got the
sit-ups.
bag over their head.
You're
They're doing
talking
lunges,
push-ups. I'm just not so sure. Similar to a burpee kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just don't necessarily see myself loving that part.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk to the
But
park
I
and
like
back.
the thought of burning the 8 pounds of pure fat in a year without changing anything
Without
but your
changing
typical walk
anything, yeah.
and putting on this.
Yeah.
So, you know, and again, kettlebell workouts for a while were
All the rage.
kind of a rage. And I think that the reason why is because a lot of the same reasons. When you're adding weight, you're engaging muscles, and your muscles burn fat and calories a lot longer than the workout lasts.
Mm-hmm.
So you finish your metabolism is on fire then, but those muscles have been fueled up and they continuously are burning that
They're
fat.
burning the fat.
So I think that's why people are why strength training is important to add into any sort of workout routine. But I like this fact of it's something you don't have to go buy new equipment for. You can, again, I brought our regular old backpacks from home, and I brought some little hand weights that we had at home, but you could use anything. I like the milk. That's a great idea. Fill it, when you've got an empty jug, fill it full of water.
water and put it in
the
your
duct
backpack.
tape is a good point because it would be easy for that to leak, and
Yeah.
then you're losing,
when
you're
we
losing
go,
the weight in the backpack.
you tend to lose the weight as you go on because the kids drink water here and there. But that's what I put the water in my backpack as we're walking.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm thirsty, and you pour water in their mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's awesome. So I think if nothing else, we should try to at least get our backpacks on and, like we did the hoppers. I know it's not a great shot, but see if we can
Well, let's see.
just try it out.
You want to do outside or inside?
Oh, we could do either. Wherever you think the camera will reach us the
Well, I
best.
mean,
I mean, we only have a few minutes. I know we're not.
You know what?
gonna-
I'll film you walking this way.
Oh,
here.
you too.
I'll film you.
I brought
walking this
one
way.
for you
But-
and one for me.
But I'll film you walking. Well, I'll do it too. But first, you show us what you got,
Okay.
and then we'll see you put it on, and then
I figured
then we'll be right out of time. We'll be right out of time then. So.
Yeah.
All right, here. Let me see if I can get a camera
Okay.
shot. Here, let me open this.
So this is what I brought. This is what I actually made Mike help me carry it in.
Hold on.
It was a little too heavy. I got it out of the van, and I could carry it, but there's a lot in here. So
Yeah, I really thought you were going to do
See?
laundry here. I was
Yeah.
like, what are we doing?
So I brought this backpack for me, just a regular old backpack. This backpack for you.
I like the color. I like the color.
Yeah, and then so I have some little. These are 1 pound weights, I think, 1 or 2,
Perfect.
and then these are 10. I brought a couple of those, a couple 5s, and a 6 pound medicine ball.
I want a 6 pound medicine ball.
I know it. And just playing with this at home. We talked about a medicine ball workout once. Honestly, this is great to play like bounce pass with the kids, and they really have to like catch it. And it's great. You really feel your body engage when you're catching something a little heavier than a standard kickball. You know what I mean? So anyway, I think let's try to.
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna walk over there. See what we got here.
Yeah, let's see if we can try it.
4. Make sure that's up there. All right.
So how much are you thinking you're gonna put in yours?
Let's see. We'll keep it on safety first. I've got to overdo it just a little bit.
Because it's on film.
It's on film,
People are gonna hear it. This is what I thought about this one. I thought, that medicine ball will fit perfect in there.
I'll put a 10 pound, I think, in there. Yeah, I got a 10 and a medicine. So what am I at? 16?
All right. Well, I'm not gonna let you beat me too much. I put 2 5s and I'll put the little ones in, so I'll be at least 12.
That's got a little weight on it right there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So I get the old metal weight to the spine going.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right.
So I need to make sure it's snug. Obviously, this is let all the way out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
One of my kids.
All right, so then we're just going to walk around the...
I think we should go out in the yard.
You want to go out in the yard? All right, let's see
Do
here.
you think we can do
Man,
it?
look, let me open up the window. This is radio, folks. Live radio.
Live radio.
Live radio.
I thought it would be fun.
We've done it before. We'll do it again.
I really think that it would be awesome to try something new, a new kind of workout. Just even for 10 or 15 minutes. I realize it's not a full workout, but for those that are joining us just on the radio, they don't want to hear a full workout anyway.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, they don't need to hear that. So.
All right, outside.
All right.
Put your bad self.
Let's give this a shot.
All right.
And the grass is nice and mowed too. Look at that.
It's beautiful out there.
Okay.
All right, so
we're gonna give it a shot.
we're walking. We're friends walking.
Let's walk down.
Walking. It's a little warm out here.
It's humid out here.
I guess it's not too bad. What am I complaining about? All right. All right, so we're walking back. Knees up.
Knees up.
Yeah, it takes the stress up. And feel free to switch. All right. It's just humid enough out there to feel like I had a little bit of a workout. Now everybody's like, really? Did
Now,
you just take a walk on the radio show? Yes, we did.
Well, and do you know, honestly, in the article it states your heart rate raises up again, like I said, to like you would be doing a light jog and stays there longer when you're hiking with this kind of.
Well, I'll tell you
I'm just
what,
gonna keep
we
going.
walk a lot, like I said, as a family.
Yeah.
And just that little bit, like you can hear it just a little bit.
Yeah, I feel it again. My core, I engage a little more just because it is weight and it's sitting right above the small of my back.
And you probably notice too, you have to lean forward.
Yeah, I feel
just
like
a
I'm
little
leaning
bit.
a little.
And that's core. That's engaging your core
Yeah.
when you do it. So if you take a walk, if you take a weekly walk, maybe twice, 3 times a week, which is good and recommended.
Absolutely.
Pop on a backpack, throw on, even if it's 5 pounds, just throw some old jeans in it.
Something in there, yes, something for a little bit of weight. You'll just find you're engaging more muscles, anyways. But I like this. I could see doing a normal walk down my road or around the.
Just have a backpack ready to go. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you have like where you keep your shoes or your backpack when you come in the door.
Yes.
Yes.
We have a whole shoe closet.
We got
It's
it
a
too.
disaster.
So, but
That
yeah.
thing is my worst enemy. I clean that thing out at least twice a year, and it's ridiculous.
Well, you vacuum, you clean it, you do whatever,
Well,
and
we
then
have the kids' little lockers built in there, so they have like wooden lockers. They have hooks for their bags and flippies, and then shoe.
Yep.
But there's so many of us that they tend to just throw stuff in there, in their cubbies, we call them, and it just gets a wreck. It's
well,
a
you would think that with all the things that young parents like ourselves and big families,
Yeah.
that we would just be rail thin for all, for
That's
all
no
the stuff
kidding.
that we do with
That's
these kids.
no kidding. If we're as busy and as much as we run,
Yeah,
I'm
like, come on.
literally running around everywhere. You would think there wouldn't be time for junk or
So,
whatever.
but no, so we're
This is fun. This is rucking.
It's
I've
rucking.
never done this. I like it. I really think this could be a very valid. I bet you hikers they ruck and they don't even know it.
They don't even know
See?
it. Yeah,
They're
that's it.
hiking and they have their bags full of gear. I know they're always going towards the lightest stuff, but I mean Stacy Kellogg, when we talked about it, I mean your bag could be 20 pounds. That's the same thing.
You're right in that range.
That's pretty
You're right in
incredible.
that range.
Mm-hmm.
But
How
yeah,
fun.
anything, just anything you could put in a backpack and
how much more fun to dig that stuff out than weights.
totally.
Then
you got to put the weights
but
away.
still, this is easy at
yeah.
least. I like the fact that it's a better workout. It's just a different workout, a little spin on the workout, and you don't need any new equipment. You can just use something you have at home. So
Yeah.
I like that. I think it's fun. Why not?
Why not? Add a little something to what you're doing.
Well, I did text Rick a few minutes ago, and I haven't heard back from him. So I don't want to call him on the spot and bother him. I think,
No. It's
possibly tomorrow. If nothing else, we know we'll see his smiling face on Monday.
Can we just do Rick impersonations for the next? Can I do that?
I think that if hopefully I'll hear back from him. We could call him tomorrow. I don't want to bother him on vacation.
No.
I hope.
And
they're
it's
having a fabulous
it
time.
really is well deserved.
Oh my goodness, the guy never stops working.
Yeah, he puts in the
deserves
miles,
to get
man.
out there and have fun and
Yeah.
enjoy his family. That's why I just don't want to put him on the spot and call him without him saying, "Yeah, call me right now." Maybe there's somewhere, I just don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't,
totally dig that.
So I'm trying to just, not bother him. It'll be
Yeah.
fine. I know everybody, all of our audience, all of our Rick's friends, everybody's dying to know how the vacation's going, and I know he'll tell us all about it on Monday even if we don't hear from him before then.
I want to try to convince him to even take Monday and Tuesday off too. Just be home and soak it up.
Oh, yeah.
But the moment he gets in anywhere near the zip code, man,
Yeah.
he's gonna be here doing his thing.
That's it, because he works all the time, but he loves what he does and he's so good at it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that he definitely wouldn't take any extra time, I'm
No.
sure. So I hope they're having a great time, and if he's listening, if you feel like it, tomorrow maybe we'll talk to you. Yeah, maybe tomorrow we'll get to talk to you.
Well, taking time off is good for the body and soul too.
And for everybody that's not on vacation, get out to the fair today.
Which
The fair's a vacation all in itself.
It's all in itself.
When
It's all
I was-
inclusive.
When I was there yesterday, I was asking some of the hospital staff that was in the tent if they had made it over to see, mini equine or miniature horses.
Yes.
One of them has a baby right now.
Mm-hmm.
One of the horses that is there has a 3-week-old, so it's a baby mini horse.
Yes.
It's so cute. I want it.
Little man.
So I'm like, go over and look at these animals. It's so cute. And that's why we enjoy being there so much for those things too. Today, though, is ride day. I know I heard Jeff mention it. They have ride days every day. It's just different hours. And today is noon to 6 for the bracelets. So.
Gotcha. Ride day. Woo!
And comedy hour tonight.
And
Woo!
comedy hour tonight. That's right. And you'll be out there to witness the comedy and everything
Yes,
that's
7 to
going on.
8:30. That's going to be the colorectal comedy hour. That'll be 7 to 8:30. And today during the day, noon to 4, again, wellness trivia.
All right, rock and roll, and we'll
Thanks.
see you tomorrow
See you later.
with another update right here on Younger Life Live.
AM 1420, WIMS, Michigan City, a Girard Media Company station.
CBS News, I'm Peter King. Days after ripping into Donald Trump in several media interviews, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has backed off of her comments. Let's go live to Washington. Correspondent Stephen Portnoy. Stephen, exactly what is she saying?
In a statement issued by the court last hour, Justice Ginsburg says her remarks were ill-advised, and she pledges in the future she'll be more circumspect. Ginsburg's remarks were roundly criticized by Republicans and some Democrats.